So now that I'm getting a water filtration and purification system, I am not going to need to buy many more of these. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you about prepping water supply, water storage, water filtration, water purification, pretty much all things water. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also make sure to subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive prepping content. And if you want to support this channel and the content that I produce, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. We got t-shirts and hoodies and a bunch of gear that is raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. It can all be found by clicking that first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But really quick, I wanted to talk about water, and I specifically wanted to make this video because, as I'm sure some of you may know, at least those of you who have been tuning into my live streams in the evening times a couple nights a week around 6:30, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure those notifications are turned on by clicking the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, so YouTube gives you a little notification when I go live, so you don't have to miss out on the live event. But the last couple nights, I've been talking about a purchase that I had made. It has not yet arrived. It is actually scheduled to be delivered tomorrow, Monday. I'm filming this video and posting it on Sunday. Unfortunately, it's not here yet, so I'm going to make this video instead, and I think it's actually probably a better idea that I make this video beforehand anyway. But long story short, I got myself a water filtration and purification system, finally, after close to a year of wanting one. I've been wanting it for a really long time, and I will go into more detail about that when it finally arrives. But today is Sunday, my day of the week where I post a prepping video, and unfortunately I'm not able to unbox my new item because it hasn't arrived yet. So I want to talk about why I ordered it and what I've been doing in the meantime, since I do not currently have a water filtration or purification system. I've been stocking up on cases of water. As you can see right here in front of me, this is a 2.5 gallon tub of water. I just recently started getting these. To be honest, I've only been getting them the last 2 or 3 weeks. I do not have many of these. I get one of these a week, and you know, it lasts me a couple days. It's pretty cool. It has this little opening right there, so you could just pour yourself a glass of water or fill up a bottle of water. But before I started getting these 2.5 gallons, I was the guy walking around all day at school, at work, whatever it is that I was doing, with a gallon jug of water. I would get quite a few of these rather than one big case right here. And these are really the only two types of cases of water that I would get. I know a lot of people, when they go to the store, more specifically like a Costco or a Sam's Club, and they stock up on a bunch of cases of individual 16-ounce bottles. I'm not a fan of 16-ounce bottles. The only reason I have this is because I got it from work. The only reason I stay away from these is because, to be honest with you, a 16-ounce bottle of water is practically a sip of water for me. For those of you who know me, especially for those of you who know me in person, you know I go through a lot of water. To be honest, I don't drink anything but water. This is what I've been doing as of the last year, instead of getting myself a water filtration system. Now this right here, this is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with this. This is okay. For those of you concerned with consuming water that's stored inside of a plastic container such as this right here or this right here, you know, BPA, is it really the greatest thing to be consuming long term? You know, every single time you drink a bottle of water for the next 10, 20, 50 years from now, is that really the greatest thing to be consuming? I don't know. I've been doing it for the last couple of years. More specifically, I've been doing it for the last 10 or 11 months, ever since I discovered the world of prepping. I used to go to the store and I would get just enough food to last me the week. A week goes by and I'd go back to the store and I'd get another week's worth of food and water. But, you know, as of the last approximately a year, I've been trying to store up on more water. So now that I'm getting a water filtration and purification system, I am not going to need to buy many more of these. And the reason for that is because I'll be able to fill up my water filter and purifier with tap water, which I have been steering clear of for probably at least 10 to 15 years. I don't agree with tap water. I don't believe in tap water. I do not think it's good to be consuming. I don't think it's good to be drinking. Obviously, it depends on where you live. Where I live, here in Dirty Jersey, as they like to call it, it earned itself that name for a reason. There is rust. There is lead. There is chlorine. There is bacteria, E. coli, traces of pharmaceutical drugs in my tap water. And it's not just my tap water, it's in a lot of people's tap water. And it's not just New Jersey people, it's people all over the place. If you don't believe me, take a test sample of water and send it to a lab, and they will mail you back or email you back a list of all the contaminants in your drinking water. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it, and I don't like the taste of it. I can taste the rust from the pipes. I don't like it. So I stick to bottled water, or at least I've been for the last 10 to 15 years, but you know, now the last thing I need to worry about getting rid of is the plastic that my water is stored inside of. So what I'm going to be doing now that I'm getting a water filter and purifier delivered tomorrow, what I plan on doing is getting a couple more of these, maybe stock up on at least 10 to 12 of these, and I'll just keep them down in the basement, stored up on my shelving units or whatever. Because think about it, this is a 2.5 gallon. If I get at least 10, that's about 25 gallons of water. That's a pretty decent amount of water to have stored up, to have, you know, stocked in the basement in the event of an emergency. And I know that might sound like it's in contradiction to what I said before, because it's water that's inside of a plastic container, but I could always pour it from here into my water purifier and filter. I think that's the way to go. I think that's the smart way to go. And the reason I'm actually getting the filter and purifier, it's a 2.25 gallon unit, and the reason for that is because, you know, if the water ever gets turned off, I mean, yeah, tap water is horrible for you, but what if, you know, tap water gets turned off for whatever reason? You can't turn the water on. That happens to people in emergency situations. I mean, think about it. The Department of Homeland Security, on their own website, they recommend that Americans have at least a 6-month supply of food and water, especially water. You can go a couple of days, couple weeks maybe without food. It's not the greatest thing for you, but in an emergency, you can last a little bit longer without food. But without water, you're looking at about 72 hours. You need water. You need water to live. So I want to get myself a water filtration and purification unit in the event of an emergency. And I'm not just going to be using it in an emergency. It's a little bit of a pricey filter and purifier, but the reason I went with it is because I know that I'll be able to break even after less than a year. The unit cost a little under $300. With the fluoride filter add-ons, it brought it up to a little above $300, which might seem a little bit excessive, but the way I see it, this gallon jug right here, you know what this cost me? About $1. If I drink 1 gallon a day for a year, how much would that cost me? It would be $365. For 365 days a year, gallon a day, $365. How much is the water filtration and purification unit? About $320. So it's going to take me not even a year to break even, because I will no longer have to be buying these. I buy a handful of these. I mean, before I started buying these, I would buy a handful of these, and I would drink at least half, usually a full one, every single day. So it's going to take me less than a year to break even. And after I break even, it's going to be nothing but straight saved money because of a one-time purchase. And the filters that are inside the unit last 6,000 gallons. Okay. I could be a short-term type of thinker and be like, oh, no, that's a lot of money up front. I'm going to do it the other way. Well, over time, if it goes through 6,000 gallons, that's no different than going through 6,000 of these, which would cost me $6,000 as opposed to a little over $300. So, long story short, that is why I'm stocking up on water. That is why I'm getting myself a water filtration and purification system. That will be next Sunday's video. I will be doing an unboxing, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments, how much of a water supply do you have? 2-week supply, month supply, 3-month supply, 6-month supply, maybe a year, 2-3 year supply of water and food? Let me know in the comments. And I'm also going to be including in the description some Amazon affiliate links if you guys want to get yourself some larger cases of water like this. You could always get it from the store, but sometimes it's easier to get it online, have it delivered to you. So if that's something that you want to do, I will be including links in the description so you can get yourself some nice cases of water. But with all that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Please support the channel and the second channel where I post exclusive prepping content. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise, which is another way of supporting, we got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got a bunch of gear that is raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. It can all be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. And once again, I want you guys to let me know in the comments, how important is water to you? How much of a supply do you have? Do you have a couple weeks worth, couple months worth, maybe even a couple years worth? Do you get your water like this, or do you filter and purify tap water with a filtration purification unit? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.